Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this really fun tutorial for you using the new Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette. They recently restocked this at Sephora. So when I was actually on the email list to get the email of when it's gonna be restocked because I'm really sad I couldn't get my hands on this. So when I got it, I was like, girl, say less. I think it was like 7 a.m. I was like, okay, you know, I'm up. I know where my wallet is, let's make this happen. So this palette retails for $65 on Sephora.com. And the way Sephora's points are set up, you can't use them to take money off of an order like you can at Ulta. So I did pay $65 for this, and I'm not upset about the price tag, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later. This actually came in the mail today. Today is Monday. I don't know when I put this up, but it came in the mail today. It took about 5 days to get to me. So I placed the order and then it took 3 days to process, and then it shipped on like a Friday, and so I got here the Monday, which is today. So not too bad. I'm used to Ulta's processing the same day and even sometimes shipping the same day as I order, so being patient is really my strong suit, but this wasn't available in store at Sephora, so I had to do it online and, you know, be patient. This is the packaging the palette comes in. It's Huda's typical, you know, eyes on the front of the packaging type deal. People always take pictures like this. Hey! But so this is just a sleeve and the palette is inside, so let's go ahead and slide it out. And this is what the palette itself looks like. There's no mirror, so the top is clear so you can see the shades. And when it comes to mirrors and palettes, I'm not really someone who cares either way, because I don't necessarily use the mirror to do my makeup in. I kind of get, like, my arm gets tired holding a mirror like this and doing all this. I'd probably just travel with a mirror that stands alone. So again, mirrors don't necessarily bother me in palettes. Included is nice, but if there's not one, I'm not like real mad about it. And there is this like plastic film. Mine's really stuck to the top, so it just keeps the top from getting dirty. I'm just gonna keep that on there just because it's so nicely placed. It doesn't really make sense to take it off. So in the palette itself, you get 18 shades. So on the Sephora website itself, here's a brief description. It says, an eyeshadow palette with highly pigmented mattes, chrome pressed pearls, and 3D metal shades in an exclusive rose gold edition. Really concise, but it gets to the point. So those 3D metal shades are actually the ones that are here on this top row, but it's the bottom because I'm holding it upside down. And these you're supposed to apply with your finger. Okay guys, I'm gonna say it one more time. You're supposed to apply these 3D metal shadows with your finger. And Huda specifically stated that because she created these to be applied that way, and if you don't apply them with your finger, you won't get nearly as much color payoff. It'd be next to nothing. And these are very smooth, kind of even cream formulas, if you will. So you just get better control of it with your finger and a better color payoff because of the formula of these shadows. So that's that whole top row here. This shade called Moon Dust is one of the crushed pearls, along with this other gold shade here called hashtag blessed. Okay guys, so from left to right on my arm, Dubai, Fling, 24 carats, Rose Gold, Trust Fund, and Angelic. They're all really pretty. This rose gold shade I'm honestly not too impressed with of all of them. When I was swatching it, it's a little bit chunky to work with it a little bit more, but it doesn't provide bad color payoff or anything. Just when I was swatching it on my arm, it was kind of chunky and needed to be spread out a little bit more evenly, but still really beautiful. I think my favorite one is this Trust Fund shade, and then a close second is the Dubai shade, which I have on my eyes currently. So as far as performance goes, because I love a product that can perform, I would say 10 out of 10 for these shadows, girl. I can't explain it to you. Oh my goodness. The way the mattes blend and just mix with each other, they're so beautiful and so easy to work with on the eye. The thing that really stood out to me the most when I was working with these shadows is the shade you see here in the pan is the shade that's gonna apply to your eyes. Like, there's no BS here. There's none of that it looks different in the pan than it does in the eyes. Like, it's, girl, that's not a thing, Huda. Huda was like, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that. I know what I'm getting with this palette, you know what I mean? I know what I'm getting. The formula for this palette is distinct to it. It's not a private labeled formula at all. This formula is crafted in Italy, if that means anything to you. Now, I know that Viseart also makes their shades in Italy, and I don't know what it is about Italy and eyeshadows, but they're kind of hitting it off with the shadows. Viseart shadows are the ones, okay? My point is that those are made in Italy, and so I don't know if there's any correlation, but these are made in Italy, so like, what's 2 plus 2? I don't really have a bad thing to say about it, except for that one 24 karat shade. It's a little bit more flaky, but the color payoff is not affected in any way, shape, or form by that being flaky. And can we talk about this lip, girl? Okay, like what? It's the matte lip that I picked up at Sephora. Ooh, she is looking real nice too. One swipe and I was really able to get the coverage I wanted and the opacity, so shout out to you, Sephora. Hey, you did the damn thing. Okay guys, so I'm gonna let you see the palette in action now, and I really hope you like how the look turns out. Okay guys, so I have my eyes all primed and ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Huda Beauty textured eyeshadow palette in the rose gold edition and start playing with it, man. Like, it just came today. It actually came super early this morning, like before 9 a.m. I was like, oh my god. And I'm such a freak. I have the updates to my emails about where my packages are, because I stalk my packages like a mad woman. Like, I have to know. I'm like, where is it? What state is it in? When will it come to me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm that kind of person. First impressions of the palette, like, honestly, these colors are talking to me, girl. Speaking volumes right now. And I did get a chance to swatch through these. The formula of them is so smooth and buttery, but it's also so pigmented. And the thing about this top row, it's gonna be the bottom because I'm gonna hold it upside down. The thing about this bottom row, which is actually the top row, is that you're supposed to use them with your fingers because they're more of a, like, they feel kind of like a cream pigment and like a foil, you know? And so when you put them on your lid with your finger, it's out of this world. I'm gonna use one of those today. I just don't know which one I want to use, so it'll come full circle, I promise. I'm gonna grab this shade here on the end called Sandalwood, and I'm gonna throw that into my crease as my transition shade. I just want to say that these colors really appear true to what they are in the pan. So what you see in the pan, or at least so far with this one color I've used, it's coming up very true on my eyes as it is in the pan. And I did prime my eyes with that Fiona Styles concealer. That's my jam right now. Like, move over, Softworker Paint Pot. This is my jam. And it's blending like a dream. Like, I'm just kind of moving the brush around and it's just like, okay, I know what you want me to do. I was watching a review on these. Actually, I watched Stephanie Nicole's review because I really trust her. That girl knows what she's talking about. And if you're familiar with her videos, she gives you like comparisons of the formula. And so this formula is a very distinct one. Like, there's no others like it out there. It's not a, what's the word for that? It's not a private label formula where they make hundreds of palettes in China or something like that and then have companies put their names on it. It's a formula that's distinct to this palette and it's made in Italy, which is also where the Viseart palettes are made, and those have really high reviews. Obviously, I don't know if they're made in the same factory or not, but I know that these and the Viseart are made in Italy, and Italy seems to crank out those good eyeshadows. So I'm just taking this all the way through my crease, I guess, like even to this where my nose is. I just like how that looks. I'm just like, oh yes. It's like a natural kind of like shadow, you know, because I don't contour my nose. Because I don't really have a nose bridge. My nose is all kind of right here. You know, center of attention. Hey girl. I don't really have like a bridge to contour, but this little inner like cape of my eyes slash nose, I just like how having some shadow there looks. I'm gonna take that shade right next to it called Henna on a little like tapered blending brush, and I'm gonna put that in the crease just under that last sandalwood shade. Wow, the pigment here is really crazy. Like, I can't. This is really crazy, crazy pigment. I'm also gonna take this all the way in, not to create like a halo effect, but just to bring it all the way in here. I guess the point is that I want these colors to kind of peek through as I bring the shades lower and lower. Oh, remember like a few videos back, I was telling you guys how my eyes like get dry, and I thought it was because of the change of season. But it turns out, or at least I think I found the culprit. I think it was my Clinique brush cleanser. I was using that to, like between filming different videos, I was using that to kind of give my brushes a quick bath because I didn't want to deep clean them quite yet. It wasn't time. And I think that's what is irritating my eyes, because it's happening again. I don't know if you can tell, but my eyelids are looking a little scaly at the moment. I'm just gonna get rid of that. I've had it for a while, so maybe like the formula has changed or something scientific I don't know how to explain. I'm just gonna take this clean blender and just blend out these edges here. So to replace that Clinique cleanser, I think I'm gonna get one of those color changes. Have you seen those, like a little sponge applicator in it to dry, and it cleans your brush really quick when you want it? I think it's called Color Switch. It you rub your brushes in it, and it'll like take the previous color used off. I think that'd be really useful for me. I have to look into that. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade here, Cocoa. It's kind of a reddish brown, like a deep reddish brown. And I'm gonna put that on my outer V area and a little bit into the crease. Wow, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I'm gonna jack it. This is so, so pretty. These reds lately have just been talking to me. I recently picked up the Naked Heat, and I promise I'll do a video on that soon. And that has like, not necessarily the exact same tones, but the similar color family, like the color stories are the same in the two palettes, I think. And I've just been loving what I've been able to create with that palette so far, and this, I know I'm gonna have a fun time with this beyond just this look today. I'm just taking a little bit more of that henna shade, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges of the eyeshadow. Wow, these are really coming through. These colors are not playing games today. Are you seeing this? I really hope the camera's picking it up because it's on another level. So I'm focusing it mostly in my outer V, stamping it right here, and then I'm just kind of like, you know, like flicking it into the crease a little bit. This shade Henna is a really great color. It's kind of like an orange, like a dark terracotta. I like this. This is rich. I'm just gonna grab my fluffy blending brush. This one I believe is an E40. And I'm gonna take that first shade we used, Sandalwood, and just buff out the edges even more. It's all about creating a gradient, and blending is how you achieve that. Okay, I'm gonna grab a pencil brush and take this shade here, Bossy. This is more of a burgundy shade. And I'm gonna put that on my very outer V with my pencil brush. Okay, so I actually want a little bit more darkness in my outer corner. So I'm gonna take the black in the palette. It's called Black Truffle here on the very end. And I'm gonna take it on that same pencil brush and just blend it out in my outer V. Actually, that brush isn't really doing what I want it to do either. So I'm gonna take this synthetic blender, a little more tapered, and just, because it has more of a pointed tip and it's fluffy, so I can really get in here and distribute this black how I want it to be. Because black is a hard color to work with, so I'm kind of just trying to build and blend. And this can do both, so I'm just gonna use this brush. All that blending can cause your shadows to kind of be a little more diffuse than you want them to, so it's always important that you go back and just add that color where it gets blended away. So I'm really excited to use one of these shades here from the top row. These are the shades that you're supposed to apply with your finger. And I remember when this was first released, people were very upset because they weren't getting a lot of good color payoff with their brush. But I do understand that it is meant to be applied with your finger because it kind of has that cream texture to them. And so applying your brush simply won't get the same pigmentation. So I'm gonna take my finger into one of these. I just don't know which one yet. Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna take this shade here called Dubai. It's like a green, like a dark olive green with gold reflex in it. It's so pretty, you guys. I cannot wait till you see it on my eyelids. I'm gonna take my ring finger and apply it to my lids. Honestly, the way this is applying is so easy to work with. Like, I usually don't like to use my fingers to apply eyeshadow. I just don't like having them in my fingers. But this is like gliding on just so easily. I love this. And this shade is like nothing I really have in my collection right now. It's just so pretty. So when I get kind of up towards my crease, I'm just kind of diffusing it, and I'll go back later with the brush and blend it so it's more seamless. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back into that black on that same brush we were using and just kind of take it really lightly so that it blends into that Dubai shade a little better so it's more prominent. Okay, so I went ahead and touched up the rest of my eyes as well. I'm just gonna do my foundation really quick, and then we can come back and finish the eyes and rest of the face together. Alright guys, so I've got my foundation and brows on. So let's finish up the rest of the face. I'm going to use a concealer to highlight today. I'm actually going to use the Sephora one that I just picked up. I use the shade Dulce de Leche. I'm feeling just a little bit dramatic, so I'm going to add a little bit of this Maybelline Fit Me concealer to just the inner part of the highlight there. Just going to add like right there and right there. For my contour today, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. This is my holy grail thing right now. I'm really in love with this palette. I pretty much utilize the whole thing. So I'm going to take these two shades here, Carob and Red Earth, mix them together and use them as my contour. I like to throw a drop of beauty oil in this contour kit because it's a little bit more of a dry cream formula. I don't know if I've mentioned that previously, but if I haven't, I like to do that. That's what I do. I'm using this little dual fiber brush to do the hollows of my cheeks and other areas I want to contour. So to blend all of this in, I'm going to take my Wannabe Beauty Blender sponge. I'm going to get it a little bit more wet with this Badescu Rose Water Spray. And I'm just going to blend everything in. Okay, to set the concealer, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is in the shade Medium Deep. I'm not quite gonna bake today. I'm just gonna we're just gonna saute today. Okay, so on the lower lash line, I'm gonna jump in with this shade Cocoa here. I'm just gonna take it on this little Real Techniques brush, and I'm gonna sweep that along my lower lash line all the way into the inner corner. I'm gonna take the black on this little shader brush and just darken that outer corner a little bit more on the bottom lash line. And I'm going to connect the two so that my bottom lash line blends nicely in with that black we hold on the outer V on the top. I'm really liking how this whole look is turning out so far, face included. This is only my second time using that Sephora foundation and I'm really into it. Like, it's really warm, but I like how it's playing with my skin. The color is really nice, so, and the eyes are just really pulling themselves together. For highlight on my brow bone, I'm gonna take this matte shade here. It's called Bay, and I'm just gonna place that on the highest point of my brow bone. That shade was quite pigmented, quite. I'm just gonna take a blending brush and make sure those colors are nice and seamless. Hashtag seamless. I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara routine and liner off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have on my mascara now. I'm just gonna dust away this excess powder that's sitting here, finally. And to bronze up the face a little bit, I'm gonna use this CoverGirl Queen Bronzer in the shade Ebony Bronze. So I was cleaning out my makeup earlier today, like just getting rid of things I don't use or haven't used in a while. And the blushes I've come up with now live in this cute little container. So I'm gonna pick a shade out of here. A lot of these shades I haven't used in so long because they just kind of sitting in my train case like as storage, you know, because I don't really have anywhere to put them that's within reach. But now that I've gone through and kind of decluttered my collection, they can live on my desk now so I can see them and like interact with them again. So I'm gonna take this bright pink by Milani. It's called Bella Rosa. And it can look a little bit intimidating, but for my skin tone, it's just right, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna pop that onto the apples of my cheeks. For highlight, I'm gonna jump into this Sephora highlighting palette. And I think I'm gonna grab maybe this light pale yellow gold shade here. Okay, thanks for that. Glowing today, yes. Ooh, child. You are looking fabulous. So this ended up being a lot brighter than I expected it to. So I'm just gonna take my little Real Technique sponge here and just blend this out a little bit so it's not a harsh line or anything. Beaming, girl, beaming. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna give you two options. The first one's gonna be a nude pink. It's this Sephora liquid lip. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but of course, product are on the description bar. So I'm gonna line my lips with this NYX lip liner in the shade Auburn. This is actually my favorite lip liner for nude lipsticks because it's brown, but it has a little bit of pinky purple to it, so it's really versatile, and it works with a lot of the nudes that I like to wear for my skin tone. And over the top of that, I'm just gonna place that liquid lip by Sephora, and this is a very smooth, comfortable formula. I really am impressed with this. But I'm liking this color, girl. Okay, she knew with it. But this might have just become my new favorite nude. These smell like vanilla, by the way. Ooh, this highlight is just really doing it for me. I'm really sorry, y'all, but I don't know who I am in this highlight. Poppin', that's what. Woo! Second lip option is definitely not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna go in with this black liquid lip, also by Sephora. I'm someone who loves the look of a black lip. I think it just looks very mysterious, very dark. And I like to wear it all year round, not just in the fall or when it's like that time of year to wear those deeper shades. Girl, you can pull this off in the middle of summer like I'm about to do right now. I don't have a black lip liner, so I'm just going to use this one by Urban Decay. It's actually just an eyeliner. It's their 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the black shade, which is Perversion. So I'm just going to take that eyeliner and line my lips with it, and then I'm going to fill them in with the liquid lip. And here's the look with the black lip. Personally, I'm someone who would always choose the bold lip over the nude. That's just what I like. But I wanted to show you both options because I know that a black lip is not gonna work for everyone, but I just like how it looks with your mouth closed. You're just kind of like, it's like a void, you know, like don't talk to me. So yeah, guys, that's the finished look. I hope you had fun testing out this new eyeshadow palette with me. I am all about Huda right now, girl. You did it with this eyeshadow, Huda. You did it, girl. I ain't even mad. Like, I don't know why this palette got so many bad reviews. And I honestly think it's because the people who were giving it the bad reviews weren't using their freaking finger on the top row where you're supposed to use your finger, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm going to say, if you're someone who like absolutely cannot stand to use their fingers, or someone who has like really long acrylic nails or something like that, maybe you should skip out on getting this palette, because if you can't use it to its full extent, then you won't love it the same way I do, or that I'm trying to convey to you at least. Yeah, that's the only thing I'd say. The price point is pretty high at $65, but I mean, but for 18 shades that really perform, and this formula is just to die for, like how rich the pigmentation is and how easy to work with these shadows are, I don't mind paying that extra boost. And this is $3 less expensive than the Sephora Pro palettes. I know, huge difference. The Sephora Pros, I'm not really eager to jump on, just because when I swatched them in store, I wasn't really impressed. And so I was kind of like, eh. So when I saw that this was being restocked, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna splurge on instead of the Sephora palette, because they're kind of similar in my opinion in many different ways. So, and this one honestly I think has a better formulation, but don't tell Sephora I said that, okay? But yeah guys, so thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. I love you. I mean it. Bye.